Hi, my name's Andrew. Thank you for visiting my YouTube channel. And this video is a focus on Middle East seed capital investors, and it is part of a series of investor profiles for my Middle East database, which is going to be available in 2024. Just a bit of information about myself. I'm a fundraising strategist with 15 years of experience in high-end real estate sales and marketing, spanning Canada, Dubai, and the Caribbean. And over the past 2 years on Fiverr, I've assisted over 200 clients with startup fundraising, pitch deck refinement, investor outreach strategies, and custom investor databases. In addition, I'm an advisor to a New York-based investment company affiliated with a $60 billion fund. The fund focuses on various sectors, particularly income-producing real estate, with capital requirements for projects typically ranging from $10 to $20 million. These projects are selected based on their cash flow and growth potential. If you want more information on my services, you can just click my Fiverr link below. So this guide to Middle East capital includes the following, and it is a unique database I've been working on for quite a while. There's over 150 hours devoted specifically for this database, and this video series is going to not only include the basics of the database, but it's also going to include company profiles in each one. But to start off with, it has 325 companies, it has key contacts, the type of business, the sectors of potential investment interests that they have, it has their websites, the company emails at 274, and key contact emails over 470. And it also is unique because it has key outreach strategy points, and that's what makes this database very, very unique, and you're going to see more of it in Excel spreadsheet format a little bit later on in the video, and the database, of course, will be delivered in Excel spreadsheet format. Starting off, some key database statistics. There's 185 companies that are based in UAE, so just a little more than half of them are UAE based. 60 companies are based in Saudi Arabia, so about 18%. And 125 companies are either venture capital, private equity, or angel investor groups. So that makes up about 40% of it. It's the best database for first-time fundraising in the Middle East. This video highlights Fajr Capital in the UAE, and they are one of 325 venture capital, private equity, angel groups, and investment companies in my exclusive Middle East fundraising database. Company snapshot. They're based in the United Arab Emirates, and they're classified as an investment company and private equity firm. Their focus is on technology, fintech, venture capital opportunities. The company description: Fajr Capital is a leading private equity and investments firm based in the UAE. Investor approach and strategy. Fajr Capital is a leading private equity investor in the Middle East and Southeast Asia. They focus on creating enduring value for their shareholders and the communities they serve. Their investment focus: Fajr Capital adopts a values-based and impact-driven investment philosophy, emphasizing a partnership-centric approach. The firm believes in investing in what they know, where they know, and whom they know. By concentrating on creating enduring value, Fajr Capital aims to benefit all stakeholders, including shareholders, employees, portfolio companies, and the communities it operates in. Geographic Reach. With a significant presence in growth markets across the Middle East, North Africa, and Southeast Asia, Fajr Capital, alongside its portfolio companies, employs over 15,000 people, operating in diverse markets such as Brunei, Egypt, Indonesia, Malaysia, Oman, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates. Fajr Capital strategically positions itself to contribute to the economic development of these regions. And here are some of their previous investments. Potential investment opportunities to approach them with. You're going to see in the spreadsheet part of the presentation that's just coming up a little bit later. The Excel spreadsheet has 325 firms, and I've identified 3 potential areas that you could approach them for investment opportunities. Now, this doesn't mean that they're going to invest in them today or tomorrow, but it is based on their website info, press releases that are in the marketplace, information on previous companies they've been associated with, and given their past investment patterns and existing philosophy, you might want to propose the following investment opportunities education and edtech, technology across the board, general technology opportunities, financial services including fintech would be great opportunities to approach. One of the key benefits of my database for Middle East fundraising investors is that it includes the tips for investor outreach. There is no database like this. This is unique. No other database has this tool for you, and it's really going to help you, especially if this is the first time you're doing the fundraising in the Middle East, whether you're trying to raise funds for your startup or you're a real estate group that's looking to promote large-scale opportunities, whether it be residential developments, corporate real estate, resorts, hotels, or general financial opportunities, investment schemes that might be suitable for ultra-high net worth groups. This is the perfect strategy to use, and here's how I'm helping you out with this. For example, if you know who the contact is, and one thing you're going to find out about my database, it has a ton of contacts at the CEO, chairman, and founder levels. So you're going to see it packed full of those type of contacts. It also has a lot of general business contacts, info at, admin at, and I've also included a large amount of HR contacts. And the reason being is this database is going to be perfect for you to build relationships at different levels. But let's say that you know who the contact is. Well, one of your key outreach touch points that could go in your email may include Fajr Capital strength in strategic investments is known. We present a venture that could align with your goals. So you might be able to reach out to them with that type of email heading. You might also just want to make it a little bit more general. What I suggest on your first approach to a Middle East company, do not send your pitch deck, do not send that large investment opportunity, because it's just generally not something that's going to be acceptable, because you want to make sure it lands in the right inbox. Now, to try to help you out a little bit more on that, remember that a lot of these firms are going to have associates, investment advisors, and directors. Those are the perfect targets to send information to. CEOs and chairmen, the problem with sending them information, if you don't know them, they're just going to either do one of two things. They may delete them because they get an awful lot of these type of approaches, and if it's not worded well and if it looks like spam, it'll definitely get deleted. Or if it's constructed a little bit better, they'll kick it down to the associate investment advisor or director level, which is good, but that's really not how you should be approaching these firms. You want to try to build the relationships at those intermediate levels first. Now, if you don't know who the contact is, one of the strategies you could use, and again, I've already highlighted this on all the 325 companies with key phrases and touch points. In this case, you might send a subject heading such as collaborations with Fajr Capital, and your key email approach line may include, we're considering synergies that could complement your portfolio. Who would be the right contact at Fajr Capital to discuss this with? Now, if somebody in info at or admin receives that email, or even better, HR, and again, I've got a lot of HR contacts in here, they're going to see that as a professionally written email, and they're not going to delete it. They're going to do one of two things. They're going to either send you back a note saying, thank you for your email, you should contact so-and-so, they're in charge of evaluating investment opportunities, or they're going to forward it to the person that should be handling it. And again, it's usually somebody at those intermediate levels, associates, investment advisors, directors, maybe even vice presidents in some cases, because they tend to be a little bit lower on the organizational chart. And this is good for you because the person that receives that is going to act on it, okay? They're not going to delete it because they do not want to be in a situation 6 months down the road where for some reason you've been able to get to the contact that you want, for example, a CEO and chairman. You send them this opportunity and it looks great. You do not want to be the associate or investment advisor that lost out on that because you deleted it. So that's one of the key things. Use these strategies when you're working, in other words, to raise funds in the Middle East. It's not like doing it in the West. You really need to build relationships. You really want to create a database of key contacts at many levels to explore the focus of their company, understand it. Contacts at the associate investment advisor, director, VP level, they're happy to discuss these things with you. They'll let you know the process because they want to be involved in it. If you're a large organization and or maybe you're a company that handles ultra high net worth investors, you're gonna or other opportunities, they're gonna want to deal with you, and they're gonna want to be the one that is in the position to pass it along to their CEO and chairman. Investment advisors in these type of firms will analyze 50 to 100 presentations a day between pitch decks or other investment opportunities that could come from many different types of sectors. So you want to make sure that you're only sending them stuff that relates to what they've asked for. Now, it also helps to understand their internal process. Ask them how it should work. What are my steps, and they're going to help you out with that because that's their job. In many cases, these intermediate employees have to send a report every month to their boss saying, I reviewed 50 investment opportunities and 3 of them have been selected for a second look. So they're going to want to hear from you, and you're going to want to make sure that you are presenting your company in the best possible light. Now, when I was working in the Middle East, I helped develop our company database with this key steps in mind, so that we made sure that whenever we were presenting opportunities for our clients, and our clients included ultra high net worth individuals and groups, mainly in the UAE because that's where we're based in Dubai, and we were working on large real estate presentations and opportunities anywhere from $50 million to $250 million. So in other words, we weren't in the business of selling apartments or condos or villas. We were in the big assets, everything from residential, hospitality, commercial, sometimes warehouses and larger plots like that. So we had to make sure that we were acting well in the lines of what the companies that we were approaching, because we worked on both the buy side and the sell side. In other words, it was not uncommon for us to have a ultra high net worth individual from the UAE with a $50 million or $100 million project that wanted us to help market this to other groups. And the people in this database are the people that we would approach because they were companies that tended to buy large real estate assets. So keep that in mind, that when you're dealing with fundraising in the Middle East, it's really important that you build relationships with the teams that you're going to try to need to contact later on. This is the type of seed capital and angel group you can find in my exclusive guide to Middle East capital. I created this exclusive database to help founders reach out to seed and angel investors with confidence. There is no other resource like it, period. And you can also check my ultimate guide to raising startup capital with over 140 pages, suitable for people who are doing first-time fundraising. That's something else that you can find on my Fiverr profile. So let's take a look at the database. So now we're over on the database section, and this is the Excel spreadsheet that includes all the contacts in the Middle East capital database. And as you can see on the very top, we've got 325 companies. We have their country, description of the firm, their main business interests, their websites, and they've all been verified. And of course, this database will be suitable for all of 2024. I also have included their investment targets, 1 and 2 and 3. So those are based on information that is publicly known, information that is on their websites of different investments and types of sectors that they will look at. So again, this database is really meant for people who are building a larger data set of Middle East companies to either approach for funding or to possibly promote their products to, because there's a blend of venture capital, private equity, family investment offices, and investment companies, and high-profile companies in the UAE that are led by UAE nationals. So it's a really great database for companies that really want to get a very good look at some of the key parties in the Middle East when it comes to raising capital. It also has their investment territory, which includes whether they're just looking at either the Middle East or whether they're looking MENA or whether they're looking global. I've also included their key real estate assets if they're investment companies that tend to look at real estate. I've included those as well in this database. Now, it also has, as far as key touch points, it has their company emails, and in some cases it's not available because they want you to actually submit your details via their forum. But I'll get to the key stats a little bit later on, and you also saw that in the initial slide presentation. Telephone numbers and contact numbers, there are two what I call primary contacts, and then there's a third which is the secondary contacts. The key contacts could include CEOs, managing directors, executive directors, and that is the same with the second contact data. You can see operations manager, directors of real estate, presidents, and so on and so on. And the main reason for that is so that you have a senior contact that you can reach out to. You can also check them on LinkedIn to get more details. In many cases, their email addresses have already been included, and I'm going to get to that again when we go to the stats page. And the third email contact tends to be somebody in HR, and the reason I've done that is because this database is very unique in the fact that I include outreach approach tips for each of these firms. There are two types. One is a outreach touch point if you know who the contact is. In other words, if it's been already identified by myself, then you could send them a line that I've included here in all the companies. For example, Saudi has a strong track record in urban development in Kuwait. Would you be interested in unique investment opportunity that complements your portfolio? And the reason I include these is to help people write their first letters, and also to show you that you should not be spamming this type of list with just a generic email approach talking about your company and the investment opportunity. This allows you to add a little bit of information about them, so whoever receives it is going to know that you did a little bit of work, and it should not be considered a spam. And the second reason here is I've got contact sourcing outreach approach, and this is if you do not know who the contact is. And this is really key because in some cases you may not have a contact, and this is the perfect way for you to introduce yourself. For example, in this case I put subject request for direct contact with investment division, and then as the body of the email may include, I believe you might be the right person to assist me. We're exploring potential investment opportunities that align with Salia's investments vision. Could you direct us to the person or team responsible for evaluating such opportunities? And you can see as I scroll down here, it is included in that type of line. They're all customized, of course. The same with the ones for the direct contacts that are known. They actually talk about something the company has done, something they've invested in, the sectors, or possibly what their company vision is. And this is really going to help you, especially if you're doing first-time fundraising, or if you just want to save time when it comes to your research for these type of firms. That's what makes this database unique. Another thing that makes it unique is it really sticks to mainly the type of companies that are either venture capital, private equity, investment companies. So there's no fluff in here. There's no companies in here that should not be in here. And that is the difference between this database and other databases that are out there that talk about investments and reaching out to other investors. For example, there's very little here when it comes to accelerators. There might be a couple of them, but it's not plugged full of what I would call just garbage contacts. These are really key companies that are perfect for reaching out to, whether you're raising funds or whether you want to present opportunities, whether it's real estate, investment opportunities, and the like. So let's take a look at some of the stats. So the underlying stats are there's 470 firms, 340 prime contacts, 90 third tier contacts, and 90 email contacts when it comes to the third tier. So you're getting about 400 and a little over 450 emails, and the total company emails are 275. So those would be info at, admin at, that sort. So that's a really key overview of the database. Again, this is going to be a series where I'm going to highlight each of the contacts, but if you're interested in this particular database, just reach out to me on my Fiverr profile below. My master database includes 400,000 verified global contacts. That includes angel investors, family investment offices, pension funds, hedge funds, private equity databases, REITs, Middle East premium high net worth and ultra high net worth investors database, venture capital lists and investment banks. I also help clients with pitch deck reviews and corporate fundraising presentations. If you're just getting ready to send your presentation out to an investor, send it to me. I have a service on Fiverr where I will review it for you. Approximately 80% of the presentations that I get sent are not suitable to be sent out to investors. For more information on my databases and fundraising services, click my Fiverr link below. Thank you for watching, and please like, share, and subscribe.